This is, I suppose, a slightly unusual receiver in my collection. It's a portable receiver. I've had it quite a long time and it's had very little use. I remember buying it in one of the UK stores called Maplin, and Maplin have been out of business for a number of years now. It wasn't very expensive. It's a shortwave, medium wave and FM portable. It runs on 4 of the larger D-cell batteries, or a 6-volt AC adapter can be used. And it's an Eton S for Sierra 350. It doesn't receive single sideband on the shortwave and medium wave. It's AM only. As I say, it does FM broadcast band. And in fact, if you plug headphones into it, you can get stereo FM. It's quite an old-fashioned receiver in many ways. It has a little bit of drift with it, which surprised me when I first bought it, because as you can see, it's got a digital readout. It's on the medium wave band at the moment. If we just tweak it there, it's already drifted since I turned it on. I'll give you a quick burst. That's a medium wave station. That's Manx Radio. It's quite a good distance from my location here. So this receiver is quite sensitive on medium wave particularly. It has pretty good audio reproduction. There's a decent speaker in here. You've got a narrow and wide bandwidth setting for AM on this receiver, but I don't know whether this one was always the same, but I noticed that the wide setting doesn't work. But when it's in the narrow setting, that sounds pretty wide, so I don't quite know what's going on there. We've got a volume control, separate bass and treble controls, and an RF gain control here, which works on shortwave and medium wave only. And we've got a tuning knob, with the outer being fast tuning, and the inner is slightly slower, not very much slower actually. The tuning's quite twitchy on this radio, but it's a slightly sort of reduced rate of tuning on the inner knob. You've got alarm facilities. You can select a sleep timer on the radio, and you've got a backlight button which illuminates the display. On the side of the receiver, I'll just bring the camera up a little, because the top switch is a low pass filter for the shortwave bands. The second switch is a stereo mono switch for FM if you've got headphones plugged in, and it's also got line out sockets here, which I think are they're RCA type. Yeah, they are. They're RCA phono style sockets under that little cover there, which we've just taken off. Rear of the receiver, we've got a coaxial jack for an FM antenna, and we've got these little spring clip connectors for a shortwave antenna and for the ground. We've got our DC input socket there, and on the other side there is just a blank side. There's nothing there. This radio covers the shortwave bands in 3 sections. It's actually shown here on the top of the receiver. Shortwave 1 being 3 to 8 megahertz, shortwave 2 8 to 17, and shortwave 3 17 to 28. So you've got three switchable positions here. AM being what we would call in the UK medium wave, shortwave 1, shortwave 2, shortwave 3, and on the top you've got, as I say, the wide or narrow bandwidth. You can switch when you're on one of the shortwave or AM bands. Other than that, you can switch to FM, and you've got an automatic frequency control to lock your FM tuner. You can see we're now jumped up to FM. And of course, there's a telescopic whip, which you can just see there, as all portable receivers would have. And that's the S350. So it's not a brilliant performer, but I will show you the receiver in the shack, and we'll even hook it up to an external antenna, and you can see how it looks on the shortwave bands. And after dark, we'll have a little tune around on the medium wave on the AM band and just see how it picks up there. If the casing looks familiar, I believe that there was a Texan receiver. I think it was the S8800, quite an expensive receiver, that had a casing very similar to this. But it must have been a much better receiver than this, because it went for quite a high price, and these radios, I think I probably paid, I'm going back a number of years, 40 or so UK pounds for this, and that was probably a fair price given the very limited performance. But there you go, we'll see it in action shortly.